To celebrate the 10th anniversary of Legendary's first film in the Monsterverse, I've got a drink based on the best equation ever: Daddy's home equals cake every night. For my chocolate frosted cake cocktail, you'll need bourbon, a vanilla liqueur, a butterscotch schnapps, a coffee liqueur, vanilla almond milk or something similar, and chocolate syrup. To make it look like an actual slice of cake, you'll need either an ice wedge mold or glass, or just fill up a glass partway with water and set it in the freezer at an angle. Once that's frozen, in a shaker, add 3/4 of an ounce of bourbon, 3/4 of an ounce of a vanilla liqueur, 1/4 of an ounce of butterscotch schnapps, 1/4 of an ounce of a coffee liqueur, 1 ounce of that vanilla almond milk, and a 1/2 ounce of chocolate syrup. Give that a nice dry shake to mix everything up, pour it into the glass with the ice wedge, and enjoy. Cheers! We also have some, in my opinion, of the weirdest products that came out with the 2014 film. These transformable kaiju eggs. Like the Tamagorus or Meteorbs of the 80s, these are creatures that can kind of fold up into an egg shape, but unlike the Meteorbs, these don't fit inside a shell. Like the Movie Monster series, Bandai gave us the 2014 Godzilla and only the male MUTO. So let's start with the Godzilla. To get it into kaiju mode, you can rotate the arms and legs out, rotate the tail down, and pop out the second part of the tail. It should click into place in the middle. Reach into the hollow body and fold the head and neck out, then fold back the dorsal plates. Adjust the limbs as needed, and there you go. Right off the bat, I'm going to say that many compromises had to be made to the sculpt to allow to get it into an egg shape, and they definitely weren't worth it. The dorsal plates are small and have extra plastic webbing between them, and that skinny head is hilarious. But what it lacks in screen accuracy, it makes up for in goofy charm. Plus, it's a fun little thing to fiddle with. At a little under 3 3/4 of an inch tall, it doesn't take up much room on your shelf. To get it back into egg mode, just reverse the steps. Fold the dorsals up and the rest of the neck back. Fold the second half of the tail in, and then fold that back into the dorsals. Then rotate the limbs until it's generally egg-shaped. As a Transformers fan, this might be the worst alt mode in my collection. There's no shell or anything, so you just have these limbs hanging out on the sides. It can't really stand up either, so it just lays there. The MUTO, on the other hand, definitely looks better in egg mode. I specifically like the part where the wings fold up with the head, and those wings do act as a partial shell. Plus, you can fold the front limbs out a bit to help it stand. To get it into kaiju mode, you'll have to separate the 2 halves of the wings, and then fold the bottom parts out. From there, you can fold out the back legs, flip out the front arms, and position them as you see fit. Due to the extra joint in each limb, you get more posability out of this guy than the Godzilla. The sculpt of this one is actually pretty decent, or maybe it's just a weird enough design that it works no matter how you stylize it. Either way, it's too big to scale with the Godzilla, but that's because all the eggs are designed to be the same size. To get it back into egg mode, fold all the limbs back in, fold up the wings around it, and there are some tabs at the bottom of the wings that slot into its butt. The craziest part to me is how much these have gone for on the aftermarket, especially the MUTO. $75 easy. For a figure that retailed for something like 1,000 yen, that's a decent markup. Now, it would have been cool if Bandai had come out with like a carton where you could store your eggs, but what I really want is an actual transforming Godzilla that like turns into some kind of something cool. I've been seeing Godzilla Transformers fan art for decades, and it's about time. But until then, we have eggs, I guess. So whether these are something you've been looking for, or you're going hard pass and have your eyes set on something else, I want to wish you good luck on your hunt, thank you for watching, and remind you to always drink responsibly.